Well, certainly I think everybody, and our forefathers at Monterey, I mean, obviously they looked at Newport when, there are some real parallels. Newport started in 1954, Monterey in 1958. They're both, fairly wealthy seaside communities with a strong tourist base. I'm sure that Jimmy Lyons and the founding fathers of Monterey were looking at Newport and what worked and thought maybe we can replicate this here. So I certainly feel that there's a kinship there. And in talking to George Wein over the years, he certainly acknowledged the interactions that he had with Jimmy Lyons and with the board at Monterey. So I think that's one thing where you feel a certain kinship with Monterey and Newport as two of the world's oldest festivals, and certainly anchored on either side of East Coast, West Coast. So when I come here, it's a chance to hear. I try and hear music that I haven't heard. George is lucky here at Newport because he's so close to New York. It's easier for him to get some of the really interesting groups up from the city. That it's a little harder to get them all the way across the country. So I always enjoy hearing some new music there, catching up with a lot of friends. And I just like to see how other festivals do things. You just really keep your eyes open I'm kind of a production nerd at heart, and I enjoy seeing what kind of sound systems are being used, what kind of pianos, how long their set changes take, and just see if there's little tips that you can take back and try and steal ideas. We all do it. This is Tim Jackson from the Monterey Jazz Festival and Kawumba Jazz. For more interviews like this, you can go to jazztimes.com.